All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new TV show review. And today I am reviewing none other than Reacher Season 2, which just finished its run on Amazon Prime. And all I have to say before I get into this review is, wow. There is a reason why this show is the most watched show on all the streaming platforms, bar none. It broke a crap ton of streaming records, and this is the kind of media that people want. There's absolutely no political message to it, and it is not pushing any type of an agenda. It is straight up pure entertainment, and it is entertainment at its finest. Now, I got to be honest with you. I came on the Reacher bandwagon late. I had not seen even the first season of Reacher until about a month ago. And in December, I binged the first season over a couple of days and loved it. It was way better than I was expecting it to be. Then season 2 rolls around. And season 2, it premiered with 3 episodes. And I'm the kind of guy that likes to binge everything all at once. Like I just got done watching, True Detective season 3. I watched it last weekend, all of Sunday, all of Monday. And so I like to binge stuff and get it all in one viewing like it's a long movie. And when the first 3 episodes of season 2 got released on Amazon Prime, I was like, I'm just going to wait for the whole thing to be released. But then everyone talked about how awesome those first 3 episodes were. So I watched them, all right in a row. And then I had to wait week to week to see what was going to happen next. And in fact, the final episode aired on Friday, and I actually saw it drop early on Thursday and watched it while I was in bed. I didn't get up, and I had to keep it pretty low, so I watched it again, the finale again, on Friday morning. And then I watched it yesterday. I got together with my brother. So my wife and I, my brother and his wife, we all got together yesterday, and we watched. It was time for them to watch the finale as well. My wife didn't watch it with me, but she watched the finale and actually enjoyed it too. And what does this second season entail? Well, Reacher is, let's talk about the cast first here. So Reacher stars Alan Ritchson as Jack Reacher from the books. And this is a way more accurate portrayal than what we got with the films that came out with Tom Cruise. And he's not the only guy in this. He was pretty much him, alone in the first season. And he had some cast members that were kind of one-offs in the first season. Well, the second season's a little bit different. In the first season, you find out that he used to be part of an army group that they were basically special investigators. And in the second season, we get to see who these special investigators are. At the beginning of the season, we have members of his team. I think it was like an eight-member team, if I'm not mistaken. And they start showing up dead. For some reason, they're getting thrown out of a helicopter. The very first scene in the second season is a body hitting the ground outside in the middle of the woods. And you come to find out there's a group out there that is going after his special units team. And so he teams up with 4 of the members to try and take this individual down and this group down. And that's all I'm going to give away as far as the plot goes. Now, one of the standout actors in this series is Maria Sten. She plays Frances Neagley. She was in the first season, and she is pretty awesome. And guys, this is how you do male and female right, where you don't demean one or the other groups. There's plenty of media out there where they're demeaning men, emasculating men, and making women look more powerful, better in every way. And this is the show. This show is a great example on how you do it right. You don't compromise one gender or the other. Everybody has their due, and it's a good group of people. And that's how things should be. And boy, Reacher in this season is brutal and on point. And then he's, again, Frances Neagley, played by Maria Sten. She is a standout, awesome character. And I do hear, I'm not familiar with the books, but I do hear that she is going to be back, and she pops up in and out of the books quite often. So I'm looking forward to seeing her character. They're already filming season 3. Now, the bad guy in this season is played by Robert Patrick, and there's a pretty funny, in the first episode, there's a pretty Pretty funny reference to Terminator in there. For people who don't know, he was the Terminator in Terminator 2. He played the liquid metal Terminator, and he is the bad guy in this season. One of the bad guys, let's put it that way. This season was phenomenal. It was faster paced than the first season, and it keeps you on your toes. Like, I was wondering from episode to episode what was going to happen, and I had to tune in each week. And like I said, I usually wait until something's completely done, and I'm going to have to make sure I do that going forward because I got sucked in. This show will suck you in. And the final episode especially had a good payoff, and I almost felt like, I had this conversation with my wife when it was done, that I kind of felt like that this season should have been the way the show should have ended its entire run. Like, they should have saved this specific story for the series finale, because the one thing that I have to knock the season on is we don't get a lot of time with his special investigator team there in the Army. We're thrown into it with them, and they do plenty of flashbacks so you get to know them, but you definitely don't feel attached to them other than the 4 that are in this season. And it would have been nice to build up his past and these individuals over multiple seasons. And then with the way this season ended, it would have been nice for this to be a cap and how the whole series ends. But does that take away from what this season was? No, it's pretty freaking awesome. And there are some scenes that I don't think people will ever forget, some that are going to be talked about for quite a while, and I really enjoyed it. So anybody who's out there looking for entertainment that doesn't have a political message or is trying to push an agenda, this is the show to watch. And there is a reason why it is getting so many views on Amazon Prime. It is beating out everything, and I mean everything out there. And I may pull up the numbers at some point and show these in one of my TV show and movie updates that I do every week, because I am just amazed. So out of 5 stars, I give this season 5 stars. There is nothing to really complain about other than the fact that we didn't get enough, get to know the team well enough. But outside of that, this was a stellar, on point, amazing, entertaining season from Amazon. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go check out Reacher Season 1 and then check out Reacher Season 2. You will not be disappointed.